And what about the future of Eddie Howe? Because unlike Pochettino, he was at his current club last year as well. And I think it's safe to say they haven't hit the highs of last year in any way.
Yeah.
I know there's injuries. I'm well aware there's a lot of injuries.
Massive injuries to his squad, to the group that he had last year. And I suppose the expectations have gone through the roof, because what they done last year was probably unexpected, really, because, you know, it was his first stint at it, and he done better than what he was probably. And then whenever you do that, people want you to better yourself again. People want you to better yourself again. So sooner or later, you know, the standards, they flatten off, and there's a roof to it. And maybe that is with this group. When you look at that back four that Newcastle have got, that's not a back four that get you in the Champions League. You know, yes, in midfield they're decent in midfield, really good and exciting up in the forward areas. But for me, you look at that back four of Newcastle's, and that's not a back four that get you anywhere near the top four in the Champions League. And I feel they'll suffer going forward for the rest of the season now.
Do you think Eddie Howe's going to be a victim of his own success? They've
Well, the
tasted
problem he's
Champions
got,
League
because
now.
Frank's talking about that back four there. That is the back four that took him to the Champions League
Last year.
And, yeah, and that is the reason. Obviously, Pope's missing. There's a huge miss to their back four. But you're absolutely right. He's made a rod for his own back, because he's overachieved in the first season, massively overachieved. And where they are now, I suggest is where they are. They can't spend any money. Financial fair play doesn't allow them to. We know they've got very rich owners, but like Chelsea as well, probably like to spend a few more quid. Can't get rid of their players, Chelsea. A bit different for Newcastle. They got plenty of room for them. The academy looks like it's very healthy. Kids come on tonight and done okay. Got back in the game late on. Yeah, difficult for Eddie, but I think the fans are behind him, which is crucial for any Newcastle manager. That support, because it's only one club, City. They love their manager at the moment. And Dan Ashworth's a worry for me, leaving Newcastle.
Oh, yeah, good
because
point.
I think he was a football man. He was a cool head who would calm everyone down in the background. Perhaps the owners who are, you know, limited knowledge of football and how it works, but just want the big prize straight away. Doesn't go like that and happen like that. Maurizio's finding out at Chelsea as well. So Dan's a big blow for him to leave. Hopefully they get someone else in at the football club who's a football man and makes sporting decisions. And if they make the correct one is to keep Eddie Howe, because he's earned the right to have more opportunity to manage this great club.
And don't forget, he also reached the cup final.
Yeah,
as well. So we mentioned how important that can be.
And if he would have won that, he would have been there for the next 10 years. In them fans' eyes.
Really?
Because that's how they haven't won.
They haven't won anything.
They have not won a trophy. It's not like Chelsea. Different. It's a different mentality at Newcastle. They're like Tottenham. They need to just win something. And that manager will be lauded forevermore. And you would buy your time. That's what trophies do. Buy time. Like we saw it with Mikel Arteta, FA Cup winner. All of a sudden, wobble. No one cared because he'd won. And he gets over that wobble, and now he's proving to be a top manager.